Hi everyone, it's Brandon of Happily Dressed, a sewing resource dedicated to self-acceptance, self-confidence, and self-sufficiency, and welcome back to the channel. First of all, I swear I have other sweatshirts than this one, but it is my warmest sweatshirt, and it's so cold right now, so yes, I wore this in my last, sew with me video. But that's okay, because honestly, I am an outfit repeater, and I say that honestly. I am an outfit repeater. If I wore an outfit for a day that I really enjoyed, and I really liked it, but not a lot of people saw it, I will 100% wear it the next day. But let's get to the point. Today we are making a quilted jacket, something that I do kind of regularly in the winter, especially either last year or the year before last. I made a lot of quilted jackets using existing quilts. And recently I was at Goodwill and I found another one that I really enjoyed. Let me actually grab it. Oh, I have so much stuff in here. I'm trying to reorganize my sewing area, but I'm not doing a great job. Stop looking at my butt. Here is the quilt. I think it's amazing. I love the pink, love the green. I love this off cream color that it is. And I don't think it was white. I do think that this off-white color is what the original fabric color is. Just in case you didn't know, it has been washed. All the fabric that I thrift, which is literally probably 92% of everything up there, I always wash before using it. That's just the smartest thing to do. But yes, we're gonna make this a jacket. I think I'm gonna do my cropped quilted jacket instead of the longer one. To make this jacket, I am using this tried and true pattern that I literally made in 2021. I'm using crafts paper. I didn't even know how to draft truly back then, but it's worked out so far. So I'm gonna keep it up. So there's a sleeve pattern, a pocket if I want pockets, which I don't think I do. I'm rambling, let's get into the video. So I want to be a little strategic with how I cut this out so we have good placement of this really cool embroidery feature on here. And also you want to avoid any stains that might be present. But I'm thinking I truly just might cut from the center here. Definitely almost just slice through my finger. I'm gonna climb up on this table. Alright, now that I folded this to be even with the length of the back, I can go ahead and cut this one out. Once I'm done cutting all these pieces out, I will serge them too in the very beginning so that way they don't fray while I'm working with them. Nice. Whew, man. Takes some wrist power to do this. So now I'll cut out 2 sleeves, and thank God there's just barely enough on this little sliver to cut the sleeve out. So I'm really happy. This is my back piece because though I was trying, I didn't think I was going to be able to get it. Then we have our 2 sleeve pieces. I really do love this down the middle too. That was an accident, but glad that it happened. And then our 2 fronts look really fun as well. I think this is going to be a really fun jacket. But now I'm going to serge all these pieces so that way they don't fray once it's put together. Now that all my pieces are serged, I can finally start assembling and sewing. So now I'm going to sew this bad boy together on all 4 sides at 1/2 inch seam allowance because that's what I think it is when I drafted it. And you always want to make sure that there we go, back stitch at the start and at the beginning of your stitches because that's how they don't come apart. Oop. Also, for those who don't know, this machine is a Juki DDL 8700 or 8700 or 8700. So many ways to say numbers in the English language. But it's very new to me and I'm very happy to have it. I've wanted an industrial machine for a while now, especially because I sew so much that it just made sense to get one. So very happy to own this, but you can also do this on a domestic sewing machine like Singer, Brother, Janome, or any of the other ones out there. So now I'm gonna go press out these seams and get rid of these little strings. Now ironing is truly one of my favorite parts about sewing because it just makes everything look so much more professional. When you press those seams out, it just brings such a life to your piece that wouldn't exist without ironing. And right now I'm using a tailor's ham to make sure I can get these seams without pressing other parts of the jacket. And on fabrics that can take it, definitely use plenty of steam. Yeah, press those seams out. I believe I have one more I haven't done yet. But it truly does just make such a difference with the quality of your piece at the end. And it's a time to pause, especially when you're getting frustrated. I think ironing is the best solution for me because it's such a simple task. It's so easy to do, and it just helps bring some peace back into my sewing experience. So now what I'm gonna do is sew our sleeves together, right sides facing like this, right along the arm sleeve. I'm gonna do that to both pieces and then wedge them into the vest. And now you guessed it, we're going to press out those seams. Also, I do have a Amazon shop where all my tools are, and even if you don't like Amazon, you can just go there and see what tools I use and then go find them from your local wherever or however you want to shop. But I do feel like a lot of people ask, what is that? Where's that from? If you see something in my video, it's probably linked in my Amazon shop. I'm gonna use my clips, which are also linked in my Amazon shop, to hold this in place. And then basically now what I'm gonna do is work my way around the sleeve and evenly distribute all this fabric within the sleeve hole. Alright, I have a confession to make. One, it's been a couple of days because other things came up. And then two, I did the bias tape without you guys. I'm so sorry. But yesterday, I went ahead and I was at the fabric store and bought some bias tape that matched perfectly with the color of the vest. And then for the armholes, all I did was fold it under once and top stitch that down. But here is the finished jacket. Super happy with it. I'm thinking about adding one button like here and maybe a buttonhole. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna add a button. So maybe we can do that together. Okay, after looking through my stash, I found this cute little green button that matches the jacket very well. I'm thinking we can like put it here and then maybe the buttonhole close to the edge because I don't want it too tight to where it looks crazy. But if the buttonhole is like right here at the edge, then that's like a nice little silhouette for the jacket. So I'm gonna make sure that my stitch dial is on the buttonhole icon. I'm gonna move my stitch length anywhere between 0 and 1, depending on how tight I want the stitches to be. I wanna make sure my width is at 6. My needle position is in the middle. From there, I'm gonna pull this bad boy down on the side, the buttonhole lever. I will need to push it, but first I need to change my foot. Grab my buttonhole foot, insert my button. So yeah, it barely fits in there. That's great though. So I'm kind of just guesstimating where I want the buttonhole to be. And then now we'll just press the foot pedal and create this buttonhole. Look at how beautiful that buttonhole came out. I'm going to use some fray check just to make sure it does not fray a lot when I open it and from constant use. So I'm going to put this on there and wait about 10 minutes for it to dry. And then we'll open it up after this. Alright, let's place a pin in here too so we don't rip through our buttonhole. Nice. Stopping at that pin. Nice. Now we can mark where our button needs to go by having these bad boys overlap. Take my heat erasable pen and mark the middle. I can just sew a few. So now we'll try this back on and see if we had a good button placement. And then, let's see if it works. It does, there we go. Nice, look at that. That is the jacket all done. I'm very happy with this. Really excited with how it turned out. I knew immediately when I saw the quilt that it would make a great jacket. Love the placement of everything as well. So yeah, very happy that I could finish this. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me making this quilt jacket. This pattern has been a tried and true favorite of mine. I literally have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 of these. But this is one of my favorite patterns to use because it's so easy. Like I said before, I think I drafted it using my how to draft a vest video that I think is on here. I did it as like a COVID series, like DIY at home. Oh, it was called Workshop from Home because you know, work from home was very hot back then. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram at Happily Dressed to see all the makes that I don't share here or that don't get a video. If you enjoyed this content and want to keep up with more sewing inspo and how-to tutorials, please hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I will catch you all in my next video. See you guys later.